Dear students, welcome you all to the session 12 video of the chapter Capital Structure, Financial Management, 5th semester BCom. This video is about a 2015 examination question which has appeared for 24 marks, section C. K Engineering Limited as an equity share capital of rupees 7 lakh divided into equity shares of rupees 10 each. It also enjoys an EBIT of rupees 1,50,000. It wants to expand its capacity, for which it requires additional long-term funds of rupees 8 lakh. It has 4 alternative plans. The future EBIT is estimated to be rupees 2,50,000 and the tax rate is expected to be 40%. The 4 alternative plans are given below. The first one, all equity. Second one, all the additional funds by issue of 10% debentures. Third one, rupees 4 lakh by issue of equity shares and the remaining rupees 4 lakh by issue of debentures. And fourth one, rupees 2 lakh by issue of equity shares, rupees 3 lakh by issue of 15% preference shares and remaining rupees 3 lakh by issue of 10% debentures. Calculate financial leverage and EPS for alternative plans. So we will have to find out the financial leverage as well as earning per share for all the 4 plans. So first we will have to analyze the situation. A firm has an equity share capital of rupees 7 lakh divided into equity shares of rupees 10 each. So firm has 70,000 shares of rupees 10 each and the amount is rupees 7 lakh. And now it has an EBIT of 1,50,000. The firm wants to expand the capacity. So for that it requires additional 8 lakh rupees. So how the additional 8 lakh rupees can be raised? There are 4 ways. First way, issuing all equity shares. Second one is issuing debentures. Third one is issuing equity shares as well as debentures. Fourth one is issuing equity shares, preference shares and debentures. So these are the 4 situations. So when the firm raises 8 lakh rupees, the EBIT of the firm is going to be 2,50,000 and the tax rate is 40%. So we will have to prepare a statement of income. So here we can see the firm has the existing share capital of 7 lakh. At present, the number of shares are 70,000. So for all the plans, this is the same, isn't it? That is plan 1, plan 2, plan 3 and plan 4. Existing equity shares are rupees 70,000. That is the firm has equity share capital of rupees 7 lakh and the face value is rupees 10. So number of equity shares is equal to 70,000. There are different plans, isn't it? First one is issuing all equity. That means existing 7 lakh is there and the new 8 lakh rupees, that is new amount of 8 lakh rupees is raised by equity shares. In this plan 2, the 8 lakh rupees is raised by debentures. In plan 3, 4 lakhs will be raised by equity shares and remaining 4 lakhs by issue of debentures. Plan 4, 2 lakhs by issue of equity shares, 3 lakhs by issue of preference shares and 3 lakhs by issue of debentures. We will prepare the statement of income. This is the statement of income and the first part of this is for our information. Now, what is the situation? See here, plan 1, plan 2, plan 3 and plan 4. 4 amount columns and 1 particulars column. Now, existing equity, you can see in all the situations, it is 7 lakh rupees, 7 lakh rupees, 7 lakh rupees and plan 4, 7 lakh rupees. And in case of first plan, we'll see new equity. The 8 lakh rupees will raised by new equity only, no preference shares and no debentures. And second plan, you can see existing equity 7 lakh, there is no new equity, no preference shares, only 8 lakh will be raised by 10% debentures. In plan 3, you can see existing 7 lakh rupees, the new 8 lakh rupees will be raised by equity 4 lakh and debentures 4 lakh. In the last plan, plan 4, existing shares 7 lakh, share capital 7 lakh and 8 lakhs will be raised this way. New equity 2 lakh, preference shares 3 lakh and debentures 3 lakh rupees. And now we begin with the statement of income. EBIT, new EBIT is 2,50,000, 2,50,000, 2 lakh 50,000 in plan 4 and in plan 3 as well as plan 4. Now less interest. Now we'll see first plan only. In case of first plan, there is no interest. Why? Because there are no debentures. 2,50,000 minus uh, interest 0. So earnings before tax is equal to 2,50,000. Less tax at 40% is 1 lakh rupees. So earnings after tax is equal to 1,50,000. Less preference dividend, no preference share capital, so it is nil. So surplus profit is equal to 1,50,000. We'll come to second plan. The EBIT is equal to 2,50,000. Interest is equal to debentures, 8 lakh debentures, 10%, 8 lakh multiplied 10%, 80,000 rupees. So EBT, earnings before tax, is equal to 1,70,000. Less tax is 68,000, that is 40% of 1,70,000. 68,000. Earnings after tax is equal to 1,02,000. Less preference dividend, there are no preference capital, so it is nil. Surplus profit is equal to 1,02,000. Plan 3, EBIT is equal to 2,50,000. Less interest, you can see debenture 4 lakh, 10% debentures, so 40,000. EBT 2,50,000 minus 40,000, 2,10,000. Tax is 84,000, 40% of 2,10,000. So what we get is earnings after tax 1,26,000. Less preference dividend 0. So surplus profit is equal to 1,26,000. Plan 4, EBIT is 2,50,000. We have interest, debenture interest 3 lakh multiplied to 10%, 30,000. EBT is equal to 2,20,000. Less tax at 40%, 2,20,000 multiplied with 40%, 88,000. Earnings after tax is equal to 2,20,000 minus 88,000, 1,32,000. Less preference dividend. So in this case, we have preference share capital of rupees 3 lakh and 15% preference shares. 15% is the preference dividend. So 3 lakh multiplied with 15% is 45,000. 1,32,000 minus 45,000. Surplus profit is equal to 87,000. So we have found out the surplus profit in all the 4 situations. Now first we will find out the financial leverage. So financial leverage can be computed using this formula, EBIT divided by EBT. First plan, plan 1, EBIT 2,50,000 divided by EBT 2,50,000 is equal to 1. Second plan, 2,50,000 EBIT divided by EBT 1,70,000. So the financial leverage is equal to 1.47 times. In plan 3, EBIT 2,50,000 divided by EBT 2,10,000 is equal to 1.19 times. So these plan 1, plan 2 and plan 3, we do not have preference share capital. So we have used this formula to calculate the financial leverage. In case of plan 4, the preference share capital is involved. The formula changes. EBIT, earnings before interest and taxes, divided by earnings before tax minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. I repeat, earnings before interest and taxes divided by earnings before tax minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. So EBIT is 2,50,000 divided by EBT 2,20,000 minus preference dividend 45,000 divided by 1 minus 0.4. So how to find out this? 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6. 45,000 divided by 0.6 is 75,000. 2,20,000 minus 75,000 gives you 1,45,000. So 2,50,000 divided by 1,45,000 is equal to 1.72 times. So we have found out the financial leverage. So plan 1 it is 1 time, plan 2 1.47 times, plan 3 1.19 times, and in case of plan 4 it is 1.72 times. Now we will find out the earnings per share, EPS, determination of EPS. Earning per share is equal to surplus profit divided by number of equity shares. Here we will have to be very careful regarding the number of equity shares. Once again, I'll go back to the statement of income. Now we can see here in the first situation, existing equity 7 lakh, that means 70,000 shares, and new equity is 8 lakh. So we have new equity 80,000 shares, assuming that the face value is 10. Then 70,000 plus 80,000 shares, 1,50,000 shares. In the second situation, you can see we do not have new equity, only existing equity we have, that is 70,000 shares only. In third situation, you can see existing equity 7 lakh, that means 70,000 equity shares, plus new equity 4 lakh, which means 40,000 equity shares. 70,000 plus 40,000, 1,10,000 equity shares. In the fourth plan, we can see here 7 lakh is the share capital, which means 70,000 equity shares plus 2 lakh new equity, which means 20,000. So 70,000 plus 20,000, 90,000 equity shares are there total. So first case 70,000 plus 80,000. Second case only 70,000. Third case 70,000 plus 40,000. And fourth plan 70,000 plus 20,000. So you should not get confused with the calculation of number of equity shares. It is based on the existing equity share capital as well as the new equity capital. So existing equity share capital is 7 lakh and the face value is 10. So we have calculated this way: 7 lakh divided by 10 is equal to 70,000 equity shares existing, and the new equity shares based on what is the new equity share capital. Now we are going to find out the earnings per share. In the first case, surplus profit 1,50,000 divided by number of equity shares 1,50,000 equal to 1. Second plan 1,02,000 divided by 70,000 rupees 1.46. Plan 3 EPS 1,26,000 divided by 1,10,000, which is equal to rupees 1.15. Plan 4 EPS is equal to 87,000 divided by 90,000 equity shares, which is equal to 0.97. Out of these four plans, in case of plan 2, we have the highest EPS. So if we are asked to recommend which plan is better, you can recommend that plan 2 is better because it has got the highest earnings per share. So earnings per share is calculated by dividing surplus profit with the number of equity. So in this problem, we are asked to find out the financial leverage and the earning per share. So what we have done is we have prepared a statement of income. We have found out the surplus profit, and with the help of a formula, we have found out financial leverage for all the four plans, and we have also found out the earning per share for all the four plans. Dear students, if you have any doubts regarding this, please do ask me. Thank you.